Hey there, folks. Before we begin the show, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you to each and every one of you who reached out to me, whether it was on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or what have you, to just offer me support and ask me how I was doing in preparation of the hurricane that was supposed to come here and hit Florida. As it turns out, the Hurricane Dorian has passed us. Actually, it passed over Florida entirely, which was interesting because they closed down all of the schools here until at least Tuesday and made a big deal out of it. You know, the state emergency was declared and whatnot, so it was a pretty big deal. But, you know, Mother Nature had other plans, so Florida seems to be safe from bad weather. But regardless, I want to thank you for just reaching out to me once again and, you know, just checking to make sure I was okay. And these were, you know, from fans who I don't know personally. I've chatted, you know, with a few of them on Twitter, but just the fact that they were, you know, willing to reach out and offer support and, you know, and in some cases even offer help if I need it. It was just pretty incredible, and I want to thank you guys for once again being the best audience of a political podcast, of kind of a political comedy podcast that a host could have. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate it. So, anyway, because of the storm, I actually canceled the two guests I had originally planned having on the podcast, but my good friend Apex Gamma was friendly enough to join me for this week's Saturday live stream. And hence the podcast you're out here now. And our mutual friend Johnny Arcade showed up as well. So we had a good conversation. And I hope you guys enjoy this week's edition of the Whitfield Report Saturday show. And once again, folks, thank you for all your support. You guys are fucking awesome. I love you. And enjoy the show. God bless. Welcome to the Whitfield Report Saturday edition, and yeah, the storm has been canceled, ladies and gentlemen, so that's the good news. Bad news is I had canceled my guests that I originally had planned, but my good friend Apex Gamma was kind enough to join me once again for just some more Saturday night BSing. So
hell yeah! What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? Again, I want to say publicly, Sammy, I'm glad you're out of harm's way, and I'm happy to be here as always. I love chatting with you, buddy.
Well, I'm happy I love chatting with you too, and I'm thankful that you could be here. So let's hope that the tropical storm doesn't end up over Washington. Let's just say that I would hate to see alpaca blowing in the wind. So.
like a scene from Twister, but alpacas instead of cows. obscure reference.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of, apparently Apex, the Onion has stolen a joke from the world's funniest comedian.
Oh no, who's that?
I don't know. I don't know. His name is like Smith something, or it could be
Oh, Owen. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The Grabbler. Is that what we're talking about?
well in this case Owen is the Grappler. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as I've said before, if you're not 100% on Owen's team, and even if you are 100% on Owen's team, if you do not give him the support that he deems adequate, you are the enemy. And whether we're talking about Dave Chappelle or Louis J. Gomez or The Onion, who predates him.
that joke was 15 years old, I think. And we lost Apex Gamma, where his audio cut out, I think.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Your audio cut out there for a sec.
Shit. Well, I don't know where I was,
I
but
I heard you say the Onion predates him, and then that was
right. Well, just because the Onion skit predates Owen by 15 years doesn't mean that they didn't steal it from him. As basically the gist of what I was getting at.
yeah. Alan says more whimsy in the chat. Hey Alan, do you want to jump in here and join the whimsy? I
Yeah, come on.
I dropped the link in the Stranger Zone, so you're more than welcome, Alan, to come and enjoy the whimsy. You and your buck teeth as little Big Bear, like you know, bring up.
I'm having Five Guys. Is that burgers and fries or Five Guys like Owen style?
It could be both. So
It very well could be. You're right about that.
if it was Johnny Arcade, I would definitely say it was definitely the latter. So, but so the other breaking Owen news was the fact that Base Texan has now come out against him, which I did not see coming. So, and hmm. I think Apex, your audio keeps just like dropping. So I mean we've got a few.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on. I just unplugged my headset, so I'm just going to do it fucking speakerphone style.
Okay.
But yeah, the base Texan thing. I don't think you're not alone. I want to say that everyone's not necessarily excited, but we'll say pleased to see this most recent turn because I'm newer to the whole scene. I know the DZ has been hard at work for some time now, And Base Texan is basically enemy number one. Johnny said it in his most recent, what was it? One small step for Bears, one giant leap for Owen Benjamin video, that Owen would be welcome into the DZ before Base Texan, because Base Texan is the real enemy, ultimately, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
So to see Owen turn on him, whom he on numerous occasions has referred to as his hitter, his assassin, or whatever, that's great. But it's my understanding that Based also retracted pretty quickly thereafter, and like deleted his posts and just more or less kind of backpedaled on the whole thing. Owen hasn't accepted his apology, but he never does. So that's a big one out of his inner circle that's been there for a long time, by my understanding. So,
well, I mean, Base Texan is pretty much the one who basically, got this whole shit show started, and was
he promulgated the gummy thing. He pushed the Nimmer lies and turned everything, including and especially Owen, against the people that were trying to help Owen. That's the other thing that Johnny pointed out in his most recent video about it, that the DZ was not the bad guy originally. They were perceived as the bad guy because people like Base Texan convinced Owen that they were the bad guys. They were, Nimmer had cancer and they were making his cancer grow, and they sent him gummies and made fake accounts and pushed fake accounts from Johnny's real name, to make it look like Johnny was a bad guy and all this other shit. So, yeah, I mean, Owen in this instance was a passive observer and was kind of fell under the influence of people like Base Texan. So for Owen to turn on him, in my opinion, is good news, ultimately. But again, what the hell do I know?
Well, I mean, it's weird because, I mean, I want to say that, like, Owen has a shot at redemption now, but I mean, look, and I've said this here before too, and I'll say this here again. Owen, if you're somehow watching this and you want to come on the Whitfield Report and like tell your side of the story, you're welcome to come on one condition, that you sit down with Johnny Arcade 2. That you sit down with Johnny Arcade 2, or as well, I should say.
Right.
And that you guys hash things out.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I would pay pay-per-view money to see that, or to hear that conversation.
Well, I mean, I would prefer that we did it in private, actually. But Owen wants to do everything public, so those are kind of my conditions.
Those are good conditions, man. Again, I would pay.
Owen,
I would pay just to know that it happened, not even to be an observer of it, But at this point, Base Texan aside, Base Texan may have been a catalyst for all this, but again, from my outside perspective, Base brought the real Owen into the light. He maybe helped him. He maybe helped push him or pull him into the light, but the real Owen has been in front of us since the whole gummy and the whole Nimmer thing, since all that started and since it happened. It's been the real Owen in front of us, which is a liar and a manipulator and a sociopath and a narcissist and all the other ists that I can't think of off the top of my head right now. But the man lies every single stream. And the weird thing is he's lying more and more frequently. Um, like again, I caught him today talking about, oh, we're not these bad people. We don't want to demonize demographics, to then demonizing an entire demographic because he deemed Louis J. Gomez's tweet as in support of Dave Chappelle, who he thinks, oh my God, Owen thinks that Dave Chappelle is stealing jokes from him, which even if that were the case, you should be happy. You shouldn't be demonizing. You shouldn't be demonizing people. That's it's all contradictions on top of contradictions when it comes to this man. So
well,
I don't.
here's the thing with quote unquote joke stealing, and I'm not a comedian. I'm a comedy enthusiast, and I mean, I guess if you want to consider like streaming to be like a form of like comedy podcast to be like a form of comedian, then I mean, I guess by that like terminology, then I am kind of like a comedian podcaster. But at some point, like from what I understand, a lot of jokes do tend to overlap,
Absolutely, they do.
one another. So yeah, maybe maybe Owen and Dave have like similar bits, but I guarantee you that Dave probably thought of his bit, like eons away from Owen. Dave probably has no idea who Owen is.
That's what I was just about to say. Let's look at it this way, both Owen, as much of a comedian as you could possibly grant him at this point in his life and career, and Dave Chappelle, both being kind of current world comedians. Dave throughout his entire career has been like a modern, like a current state of society type of comedian. And Owen, back when he was a regular stand-up comedian, did comedy about, men and women, and including the joke that he accuses Dave of stealing. Maybe Owen, the most I could give him credit for was being ahead of Dave in this particular field, but it's a field of comedy, like the whole LGBT thing, being, that is a huge part of the, not just political, but the social climate right now. So to say that Owen invented that version of comedy is so narcissistic. I can't even put it into words. Owen posted a clip of his original sketch mirrored with Dave's sketch from his most recent, whatever, Sticks and Stones special on Netflix. And they're not even really that similar. The only similarity really is the breaking down of the LGBT and how they're not the same. They're not all the same community. That's common sense, though. Like, that's not stealing. In my estimation, it's not like Owen or Dave told Owen's joke word for word and changed a few things up. It's at very best, it's a concept. And again, there's comedians from as long as comedy has been a thing that's happened, because again, it's a loose art form. You can't say, unless dude's saying exactly what you said a couple years ago or even a week ago, they can't be considered the same. It's just like music. I could play a riff that sounds similar to something off of the new Tool album, but as long as it's not exactly the same, it's mine. It's influenced by, but it's not like I stole that riff from Tool.
right.
That's the way I see art. That's the way everybody sees art that has a functioning, brain.
Well, yeah, like just kind of as like as kind of like a personal example. So when I had the intro music, the kind of the theme for the Whitfield report, made at the end of last year, the guy who I commissioned to do it emailed me and was like, okay, so what are what kind of musical influences are you looking to have? So I put down something like The Clash, Dire Straits, Led Zeppelin, Ted Nugent, and like a couple other bands, and I was like just kind of like trying to amalgamize each of them into the theme, and so he did, and like a lot. It sounds a lot like the Clash theme, but I mean it's still kind of in an amalgam of all of them. So
No, can you hear me?
yeah,
Okay, good. I can't do the whole talking into my phone like speakerphone style anymore. So I'm trying the headset again. So if I fall out, just let me know. But yeah, that's a good example. Like, you know, there's only so many notes that can be played, and there's only so many variations of those notes that can be played. Just like again, when it comes to the current state of society and making jokes about it, there's only so many ways you can do it. And I don't care which way you slice it. Dave Chappelle has always been funnier than Owen Benjamin, even when Owen Benjamin was funny regularly. He
evil,
was nothing compared to Dave Chappelle.
evil Eric was insulted by one of your earlier comments when he said, "Oh my God, do not suggest Chappelle was influenced by Ellen." I don't think. And I don't think Apex was suggesting that at all, Eric. I think that
that was a best case scenario. That was like a very best case scenario for Owen's sake.
Yeah, that
just
was
to be.
Yeah, that was like a highly unlikely, like I'm more likely to get to hook up with like a Playboy Playmate than Owen is to steal jokes from Dave Chappelle. So.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I don't think there's any chance in hell that Dave saw Owen's stupid little fucking homemade special from a couple years ago and was like, you know what? I'm going to take that and I'm going to make it better. But even if he, I can't say that there would.
Headset. Yeah, well, I mean, if we want to go by the logic of Owen inventing jokes about LGBT, well then then Louis C.K. might as well have stolen jokes from Owen too, if that's what you're saying. So. And let's see. Let's Apex Mike is cutting out and he's getting abducted and thrown into a van by the CIA. Let's check our super chat real quick. Because I did see that we got one. So let's see. OJ's white Bronco goes, "All hail Sam, the leader of the Savage Nightwhackers." Thank you for the content, brother. Well, thank you for the donation, OJ. I really appreciate it. Oh, and
can you hear me?
Everyone, yeah, I can hear you. So.
Okay, good. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, but we appreciate that though. Everyone also go and subscribe to OJ's White Bronco because he did one of the best remix parodies I've seen of Merch ranting about the Patriot Prayer guys. So
yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
So awesome. Well, I don't know if we can I don't know if the audio will play or not. On here, I know it. I know when on Hangout. So
Eric says, "Don't talk bad about Mersh. You will instantly be labeled a bear."
well, I've already been labeled. I've already been labeled as a bear Well, I've already been labeled as a gamma. So what am I? Am I a bear or am I a gamma? Or am I
Sammy the Gamma Bear? Sammy the Savage Gamma Bear. There we go.
So let me actually see if I can let me see if I can pull this up on YouTube. Hopefully this will play for you too.
If not, that's fine. I'll go watch it on my own time. Again, I'm just happy to be here, man. I love chatting with you. It's a highlight of my day.
Well, I appreciate it. So, and of course, when I type in OJ's White Bronco, I actually get the whole chase. So,
of course you do. That's amazing.
All right, let me see if this will work. This should. Okay. Joey's the one. Mersh got depression featuring Nightwave Radio. So let's see if this will play. Yes, I want to share audio. So can you hear this, Apex?
I can, yes.
Coming of Jesus, Joey.
Oh, praise God. Oh, yes, praise Lord. Jesus. Society. Yes, Lord.
I'm so sad about society.
God. Oh, praise yes, Jesus. Lord. Jesus Christ moved me. He moved me. Yes, Lord.
I swear to God, this makes me sad. Like, what happened to society?
Yes, Lord. Oh, praise God. Oh, praise Jesus. Yes, Lord.
At least attend Christmas, maybe.
Yes, Lord.
Around Easter.
Praise God.
Christmas time.
Praise Jesus. Yes, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know. Me personally, I think it works good. If you have kids, it's great.
Yes, Lord. We need to plead and fight.
Very, very terrible lapse
for Jesus.
Yes, I'm still in the sphere, but
praise God. Oh, praise
barely.
Any religion is good. Is technically right in that, but
yes, Lord.
And look, I would say I also have no right to tell anybody
Jesus Christ
but
He moved me.
It is good for you, in my opinion.
Yes, Lord.
But that shit's between you and your God.
Yes, Lord.
Praise God. Not my business. It's not Joey Gibbs' business. It's not for everybody on Instagram.
Yes, Lord.
It's not for you to wrap yourself in a Bible and an American flag so you can be free from any and all criticism.
He moved me. Yes, Lord.
So I think that, I don't want people to read this, watch the show for the first time and think I'm mocking Jesus or Christianity. I'm not in any way. But I am making fun of this cocksucker, this motherfucker Joey Gibson.
Yes, Lord.
Because he wraps himself in the American flag.
Jesus. Yes, Lord.
And he calls himself a fucking loyal disciple and soldier of God.
Oh, praise
so
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Yes,
Lord. He moved me.
Their fixed incomes from them.
Yes, Lord.
So he can party in Tijuana with based trans women and
praise Jesus.
Based stick men and other drunk, coked up degenerates.
Yes, Lord. Oh, praise God.
Take that for what you will.
Praise
you
Jesus.
Give me that whole
Jesus Christ, Lord.
Jesus was around all the sinners and the lepers. Well, motherfucker, Joey Gibson ain't no motherfucking Jesus. So get out of my face with that bullshit.
Yes, Lord.
Streamlabs.com /
Yes, Lord.
please.
Oh, praise God. Oh, praise Jesus, Lord.
Jesus Christ, Son of God. Streamlabs.com
Yes,
/
Lord.
please.
Yes, Lord. I can't take this anymore. I can't fucking take this anymore.
Okay, apparently Apex lost the audio.
Yeah, I lost the audio about 3/4 of the way in there, and it was choppy for part of it, but that was good, dude. that was awesome.
That was very good. So shout out to OJ's White Bronco. He says nobody's immune from the remix. Oh yeah, OJ. I know.
I actually can't hear you right now, Sammy. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear you, but you.
I can see you talking, but I hear no words.
That's odd. Can the people in the chat hear me?
Yeah, I still got nothing. It's just your handsome face on the screen, making mouth movements. That's weird. Everybody can hear you and me, but I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? I stopped sharing my screen.
Jay. All right, I'm gonna leave the call and then I'm gonna come right back. Let's see if that helps.
Okay. Well, so apparently, you guys can hear me, but yeah. Oh, okay. So I need to add Apex back. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now?
I don't understand. I can see you, but I can't hear you.
I'm not. I don't understand either. So, StreamYard is messing with us.
Well, this is awkward.
So it's not as awkward as
I can hear you on the actual YouTube stream, but then I can hear myself.
I wonder why.
Oh, this is weird.
Boomer report. Boomer report. OJ's White Bronco goes turn on subtitles. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen,
I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna leave totally and re-click the link. Oh, I will be right back. You just do your thing for like 30 seconds.
Well, I'm always doing my thing. Yeah, this is the Boomer report. And this is also what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when Google decides to shut down Hangouts on Air. We get Streamlabs or StreamYard, I guess. And StreamYard doesn't have an app, so Apex is running this on his phone, on his phone's web browser.
I can hear you now. We're good.
Okay.
Fucking A, man.
People in the chat goes, he's streaming with Atari. Well, he's streaming with an Atari. So
well, maybe. I'm old as fuck, so you never know.
Well, maybe StreamYard was built off like Atari,
OS, yeah. To be fair, when I click the link, it's like, hey, bro, StreamYard is like brand new, and it's like mobile is like in beta, so this shit may fuck up. So just to be fair, to give StreamYard some credit, it's probably not our fault, but we're back. I'm here. I can hear you.
This stream is very similar to when Garth Brooks does Facebook Live, according to Evil Eric. And I mean, Evil Eric, I know you take your pants off when Garth Brooks streams as well. But
no, I'm not Canadian, Napoli. I'm fucking Texan.
That makes so much more sense. So,
hi, Johnny.
Johnny goes, hey, fags. Well, hello to you too, faggot. So,
all right.
Johnny is the alpha fag of the group, though. So,
yeah, we're all disciples of John.
Yeah, we are the cult of John Arcade. So easy on the hard F's. Oh yeah. OJ's brings up a good point. So yeah, because YouTube is no fun anymore. I'm hesitant to stream it, to try playing another video now that we know that StreamYard is gonna probably cut out my audio. But yeah, that I mean, I guess the fact that Owen and Base are now at each other's throats, as we mentioned earlier in the podcast, that is still mind-blowing to me.
You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so where we were, I believe, before all the craziness was the Base Texan thing, and how Johnny, I'm fairly new to all this, but I know enough to know that that's a good thing that Owen is denouncing Base Texan, even though Base Texan is trying to backpedal on it. Fuck Base Texan, because he's he's the real reason that Owen turned on the people that were trying to help him, i.e. the DZ. And I do have to say, the fact that Owen said, what are you, danger zone now? Like 2 or 3 times in that little 5 or 6 minute clip was pretty hilarious. I did laugh out loud myself.
Yeah, that made me laugh as well, that Owen said that. That's the first time I've actually heard Owen acknowledge us publicly.
Well, I feel like I remember hearing him say DZ, maybe not danger zone, but he said talked about the DZ back when I was on the other side of the fence when I was an Owen viewer.
Yeah,
I never had a bear name, but I was a regular Owen viewer and I was a supporter of his. I sent that fucking scumbag money, and I will never live that down. But yeah, I seem to recall him, saying these DZ, something or other, blaming the DZ was the boogeyman basically back then.
Well, yeah, and yeah, Johnny, obviously I did hear him spell your name, but I mean, as a whole group, he referred to us as DZ, but I don't think he ever actually said the words danger zone. But then again, he probably did, and I mean, it's been a crazy fucking year. So
I don't know if that was directed at me, but I absolutely heard.
No, it was directed at me.
Well, either way, I absolutely heard him spell out Johnny's full fucking name on stream again from the other side of the fence. And that's the reason that I do what I do, because I will never, ever forget how that felt. as a normal human being, thinking that people could be so evil as to send him fucking poison gummies that his children might eat, and believing it because I had no reason to think.
Yeah. And the Bears got to Apex's mic again. So, but yeah. But Big Bear, you had Rouge sleep in the goat pen. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I would like to point out. For being a like happily married man and for being like a family values guy, Owen sure has been hanging out with like the pickup artist guys a lot lately.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so I figured it out. Remember the other day when I when I was afraid to leave the screen to go and look at the YouTube chat? Every time I leave, if I minimize the StreamYard and go to the YouTube chat, that's when my mic goes out. So I can't do that. That's what's going on, I think.
Bummer.
So yeah, I'm just gonna have to assume by your facial expressions what's going on in your chat.
Do we need to crowdfund Apex Gamma laptop?
You know what? If we're gonna crowdfund anything for Apex Gamma, it's a fucking table and security for the Hobart Art Studio or whatever it is in Hobart, Indiana, where Owen Benjamin will be doing a show in the near future where I will be, come hell or high water, with a table and a banner that says Owen Benjamin is a liar. Changed my mind, because that's what's going to happen.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah. So I watched Owen today on stream spiral about somebody named Chad something or other. I don't know who he is or what his affiliation is with the city of Hobart, but the city of Hobart is within 50 miles of me. I mean, it's basically one county over. And I've been saying for weeks now, since Owen announced that he was going to be doing a show in Indiana, that if he comes anywhere near me, I will do whatever is necessary to be there. I don't want to start any shit. I definitely don't want to start any fights. I want no drama whatsoever, other than to enlighten people to the person that they're going and supporting. Because a lot of them may not know. I was one of them for a long time. And now that the whole Nimmer shit has died down and the gummy shit has died down, there's less inflammatory rhetoric. I mean, there's still obviously very inflammatory rhetoric coming from Owen, but it's less, I don't know how else to call it, but it's, there's less reason for people to question him because he still claims to be a comedian. So a lot of the nonsense that comes out of his mouth, that you and I and everybody else in your chat and in my comment sections recognize as, the vitriol for what it is, they may not be aware of just how bad this man is. So I intend to print out like 200 flyers, probably directly from Reddit of the quotes, just direct quotes from Owen saying one thing and then saying the opposite. And hand them out to people and say, I'm not going to go in and heckle. I'm not going to go in and try to disrupt his show. I will be outside probably on the opposite side of the street with a little table, and I'll do it Steven Crowder style. Thanks to Johnny Arcade's. This is all Johnny Arcade's idea, but I have the opportunity to implement it, so I'm going to implement it. It's so close to me, I can't even quite wrap my head around it. But that is a thing that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's weird. The other thing I want to point out is so I don't know how many other people in the chat other than me still like Gavin McGinnis's content. But I actually did subscribe to Gavin's platform because it's actually worth the money. It is actually worth the money for Milo and Gavin. But anyway, they signed up for. They have their platform, and when you sign up, it's only $10 a month. They have their own credit card system, and they now have their own app fully fledged now. Which
that's what's up. That is what's up. Hey, I'm gonna go silent for just a couple seconds, but continue. That's good. That's good news. I actually think I'm gonna subscribe to that because Gavin is. I don't hate Gavin. He's got some questionable views and he's done some questionable shit, but ultimately, he at least sticks with his promises, man. And he's creating content and he's providing, a platform for people to speak. Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily plugging it. I'm just saying it's interesting because unauthorized was going to be the greatest platform ever, and yet they can't even get their basic payment processor set up.
Well, that's because fucking Teddy Spaghetti lives in a country where they can't manage any of this shit because it's all through him. And I mean, I agree that it sounds and it comes off so much like a scam. But the better part of me wants to say that they couldn't be that bold to do something so stupid and so arrogant as to actually scam all these people. But the more time goes on, the more I have to question my standing on that, because it's been 6 months now, and they don't even have comments on their fucking channel or their stupid website. Right. So I don't even know. I don't understand how somebody with 500 mindless drones that do Teddy Spaghetti's bidding can't set up a website to do these things. It just doesn't make sense to the rational mind. So yeah,
yeah,
Go ahead.
And then Chris Coffin brings up a good point. They want people's bank accounts now too with unauthorized, which Johnny made a great video on that.
Yes, he did.
Too the other day. I mean, I would never plug my bank account into anything to directly. I mean, I might have a link to I have a link to my PayPal account, but that's it.
Yeah, PayPal. And the only other thing I've ever linked my direct bank account to is a job that I work at where I get direct deposit from.
Right.
That's literally it.
I mean, I have my bank account linked to Stripe because that's how I get paid for the ad revenue on the podcast. But that's it. I have it mostly to receive money, not to give out money. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, you might hear a background voice. I have a guest at my house now, but we're still good here. It's my good friend. But either way, the point that the where this all started was I actually do have a laptop. It's just shit. But I don't ask for anything from anybody. I couldn't even ask Fada Kings to make me a fucking intro. I just was fortunate enough for him to do it himself because he appreciates the effort that I put in to the shitty videos that I make. But, same with Future Nobody. His graphics he's doing are fucking awesome, dude. I can't thank people enough, but if there's anything that I would need crowdfunded for, it's support for going and trolling Owen's live show and I don't even know when it's going to be. He's not released an actual date for it. So, yeah, just, you know what? This only support that I could ask for is prayer and goodwill for the most part.
And more subs, obviously, which we all need. So
sure, subs is always nice. And, you know, for me, people accuse me all the time of trying to start drama with Owen because I want clout, I want subscribers, I want this, I want that. The only thing subscriber numbers really mean to me is the potential for more people to be out from under Owen's influence. Because I have had, I mean, I can count them on both hands, but there's at least 8 people off the top of my head that I can think of that have showed up in my comments and been like, dude, you know, I was a big Owen fan up until he said this, you know, whether it was the Nick Fuentes thing, whether it was the, you know, shitting on veterans thing, or, you know, the handful of other things that he, you know, either blatantly lies about or goes out of his way to, you know, just shit all over unnecessarily. The boomer thing, the fucking whatever, you know, there's countless. But those 2 in particular, the Nick Fuentes thing was a big one, and the shitting on veterans was another really big one that people really did not like. And people were like, dude, I've sent him money. I mean, they're right in line with me and so many others. I've sent him money. I've watched almost every stream. If I missed it live, I would always watch it back. I watched it with my wife, or I watched it with my girlfriend. But now we see him for what he is. That's what numbers mean to me. So the more those numbers go up, the more I feel like we're pulling people out of the fire, literally and figuratively.
yeah, I will say though too. You know, it's I mean I was in that boat too when I first joined the Bears. I mean I wasn't in the spell for very long, but like I did pay for one of Owen's dumb specials on Vimeo. It's still sitting in my library, and like I remember watching it, and I had like run over, and my friend was like, "That's not it's not funny. It's all inside jokes." So
right, yeah, for sure, man. And you know, again, I think the real key to all this is the cult like behavior is really starting to ramp up. In the clip that I posted today, because unfortunately with all I've had some real time constraints, and I haven't been able to like really go over his streams like I normally do, but it doesn't take long. I watch 5 minutes of a stream and I will watch him say one thing, and then 3 minutes later say exactly the opposite. I mean, Johnny actually pointed out the same thing where he's like, it was like 30 seconds apart or 2 minutes apart or something, where he's like, well, I'm not going to charge you $200 to come and meet me. What am I, a fucking sodomite? And then he's like, yeah, we're trying to set up this thing where it's $200 meet and greet. You guys can pay $200 and, you know, shake my hand and talk to me for a second. It's like, dude, that, first of all, that's too easy. But the point that I was trying to make is the contradiction and the cult-like behavior, where he's referring to his audience as we and us, as though they're like a specific group of people outside of the greater populace, which, I mean, I guess they are, but the more he leans into that, the more it becomes obvious to people that are on the fence, like, holy shit, I don't think I'm one of us or one of we. I don't think that way. You know, I don't think all Puerto Ricans are evil that want to go to jail and break into houses specifically to go to jail, or, you know, something along those lines.
The fact that he thinks he's worth $200 for a meet and greet itself is laughable.
I really wish that he didn't private all of his original videos, man, because it wasn't that long ago that he fucking went on a tirade about Jordan Peterson And he did it multiple streams, I know for sure. But maybe it was 6 months ago. I'm not sure at this point. There's so many fucking Owen videos. But he was talking about a bear, quote unquote bear, that had sent him a message about meeting Jordan Peterson and shaking his soft hands and paying, I think it was $200, or something like that, 200 or 250, maybe it was 300, to meet him and shake his hand and whatever, a meet and greet, and how like money grubbing that was, and how he would never do something like that, and that's why he only charges $20 for his tickets, and that sort of thing. When in reality, he's a low-grade comedian. That's all he's ever been. Low-grade comedian and a fucking B-level actor, comedic actor at that, in the worst movies most people have ever seen, if they've ever even seen them. Man, I lost my point. I got lost there. But I think the point was that he is everything that he warns his audience about, and he has been for about as long as I've been watching him. Almost as long as I've been watching him.
Yeah.
The blind wizard, sodomite, closet homosexual that's just out for power and money. That's him. That's the dude. That's the dude that he is, who he claims to warn everybody against. He's just,
Johnny Arcade says, I have to say House Bunny was epic. Of
course,
I mean,
Johnny would say that.
House Bunny was okay, but it wasn't because of Owen. It was because of Anna Faris and all of the eye candy. Right.
Owen was the first part of an epically bad movie.
It was, let's face it, House Bunny was just an eye candy movie for guys that, well, let's face it, for
teenagers, really,
for teenage boys who couldn't figure out how to get around the Papa Blogger, so then they or the porn blogger. But once they
their parental block,
yeah. But then they could also call me, and I could get around that stuff for them. So kidding, maybe. So, but
dude,
yeah. And then,
well, I don't disagree that it's great that he was he's at best a B-level comedian throughout his career. He's had some specials though. He's had more specials than some comedians that I've watched and laughed at. And some of his older comedy, that's the whole reason I started watching him, because I remembered seeing some of his comedy from way back in the day when he originally put him out or whatever. And it wasn't like he was the funniest person I'd ever seen, but I'm like, I remember this dude. He's not that bad. He was kind of funny, at least sort of, enough that I was like, okay, let's see what he's got to say. And, it's too bad he didn't have a chance to act like that in any movies, because God knows how good of an actual actor he may have been with as much projection and whatnot that he does.
I remember listening to one of his comedy albums on like iTunes or something like that, and it was one of the two that he actually had like professionally done by Comedy Central. And I mean, it wasn't funny, like it didn't make me laugh out loud, but it was like a good story time, like telling stand up. So,
right, and that's kind of my point. Was like he did. It's not like what he did has accomplished up to this point isn't something to be proud of, but not go on the internet and pretend like you have the answers for all the people who haven't done what you've done, including tell them avoid doing what I did, which is go into Hollywood, work for the quote unquote beast system. For all the loose, and I mean loose, connection making that he makes with all these conspiracy theories. That one clip that I posted a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, it's just a straight rip of an interview with him from 2011, where he's wearing tight ass jeans and what looks like women's shoes, talking about dog outfits. At the very end of it, his advertisement for his stand-up show in that town, whatever the fuck it was, he's covering his left eye and he's making an upside-down triangle with his pointer and middle finger. It's about as in your face as any other fucking one-eye symbolism that's out there that he has and would continue to claim is demonic. And people, I didn't suggest that at all, but I posted the clip and that's all anybody said. Mostly what anybody, pointed out in the comments was the end. And, well, maybe not most people. At any rate, it's obvious. So again, it goes back to the root of why the dude drives me so fucking crazy and why he drives me to make the shitty videos that I make and point it out, because he's not just stupid, but he's kind of smart, and he has at least got some chops at acting, because that's all he's doing and has been doing. But you can't do it forever, and people need to see the truth through that. And go ahead.
That actually did cross my mind at first. I mean, when he first named Johnny on stream and like accused Johnny and Gabe and us collectively as a group of the gummy thing, it crossed my mind. Honestly, I'm like, he has to be method acting or something. Like the bit has to, like, I thought maybe the bit had gone like so deep, that like he was method acting or something. And then,
well, right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
And then just the reality became horrifying, that no, he really is this crazy. So,
well, I guess that's being a little hyperbolic, I guess, to say that he's literally just playing a character. Because the whole reason I think anybody follows him, including me in the first place, and including anybody that ever has, is because there is the little bit of, it's like peaks and valleys of truth. The little bit of truth that he tells is like way up on the scale, but he spends most of the time below the line in the trust, in his actual betrayal or portrayal of his personality. And everybody's fucked up, dude. But the problem is he pretends he's not and tries to convince people that they can be him. There's a lot of wizardry, as he calls it, in what he does. Again, was what drove me to make videos in the first place. Because I'm like, dude, this dude he talks about casting spells constantly, and that's all he's doing. Telling people, I remember being afraid to be banned, more or less, from his chat when he first started implementing that shit, when the DZ really started flooding in. The DZ and others, anybody that had a brain at that point, which I wasn't among them, which is why I give a lot of bears more credit than some of them deserve, because I think more of them can be pulled out of the fire than a lot of people think. But then again, maybe not. My shitty videos are probably not going to help, but they won't hurt, I think, for the most part.
Well, they help to entertain me at the very least. But
well, they entertain at least 500 people at this point, so that's good.
We have Johnny on the line.
I didn't even notice. Hi, Johnny.
What up, dude?
Not shit, man. Sitting in front of a fire, thinking about this Hobart show. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I got people to call.
That should be fun. I personally wouldn't go near his show, but yeah.
You're
crazy. You're crazy.
It's not like I'm gonna go and just start shit. Is the whole point?
Yeah, no. You're not me either. So
right. Right.
different.
I'm just some dude that actually lives in the state and have some things to say about this person. Want people to it's just like the reason I do this fucking videos. It's not like every person I talk to, if it's even a remote connection to a conversation we're having, I will mention Owen Benjamin. And maybe not him specifically, but the kind of people that exist in this world. So, I mean, it makes no difference to me to go again, basically to my neighborhood. It's so fucked up how close it is to me.
Yeah.
And just, educate people.
Well, I don't think Owen's the problem at all. I mean, I think honestly, Owen's beginning to realize a lot of things over the last couple of weeks. Namely, the fact that nobody really wants to hurt him. He's actually realizing that nobody gives a fuck enough to fuck with him like that. That we all just want to make him fucking spiral out and get a good show out of it. And that's about it.
Well, yeah, dude. I think
that's how you fuck with somebody, like, and he knows, he uses the same fucking tactics that I use. Me and Owen are actually in ways a lot alike. But he he's a fucking bully. And I don't take shit from anybody. So, the guy fucking may have met his match, man. I don't know. He seems to steamroll most everybody. Everybody just kind of goes, "Oh, fuck. Look out. I don't want to deal with that. I don't give a shit, dude. I'll fucking deal with you." But he's definitely starting to realize that it's all more of a mind fuck game. And that's about it, man. Well, nobody wants to hurt him.
Of course nobody fucking wants to hurt him. I mean,
like, not even people outside of our group want to hurt him. Like, not even the crazy fucking people out there in the world want to hurt him. Nobody cares about him that much. He's a fucking nobody.
The part that worries me, though, is
are in more danger than he's in. Because his fucking bears are crazy.
That's what I was going to say.
There's a lot of fucking bears, too, that are just stupid and don't realize what the fuck's going on around them. But there's a lot of crazy fucking bears. I got the email. So,
I mean, speaking for me personally, I just want Owen to sit down with you, Johnny, and like hash things out and like actually listen to what you have to say. But that's not gonna happen. Like I said before you came on stream, I'm more likely to hook up with a Playboy Playmate before that happens. So
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even do that at this point because I don't care to save him. Like that could definitely help him. He would put a whole lot of the last fucking 2 years of his life together and realize a lot of things. But again, that would pull him out of his spiral. And I just want to see him spiral, bro.
I fell out for a minute there. Sorry.
Yeah, he is definitely spiraling out of.
Well, all I want, honestly, I mean, I think that's all it's. I'm realized over time that that's probably what it's going to take. But if him realizing finally that nobody is actually gives that much of a fuck about him to ruin their own lives.
Yeah, here's the other fucking funny thing, right? So he's bitching to yesterday. He's like, there's a guy from CNN that called. They called the theater and blah blah blah, and they called Amy. So at best, he's had 2 people contact this fucking theater. Because I know for a fact none of us have done it. Like, I haven't even had the fucking time. I was fucking busy all day, and then I got home and I took a fucking nap. So
I didn't even know about it until Apex told me. So,
dude, like, I have the location, I have the fucking number. I really don't care to fucking call. I might call, but I don't think I will. But what's the point, you know? Let him go spout his stupid shit, man. Let Idaho see what a fucking lunatic he is. And yeah, fucking A. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, man. He's like crying. He's like, there's a fucking guy. I mean, a bunch of people. And so Vox and him are making this whole big spiel over like one phone call to the fucking place. Possibly one other phone call to, I can't even remember all the states he's fucking doing. Indiana, Idaho, Oregon.
I thought Ohio was one of them. Maybe only two I know for sure that he's announced is Idaho and Indiana. And the only reason I mentioned Hobart because that fucking Facebook post that both him and Vox, the only thing they cited other than the supposed phone call that the VFM 500 fucking VFM had to figure out was that it was the Hobart Art Studio, which I immediately fucking Googled because that Hobart is a town near me. So Hobart Arts, it's legit the same amount of seating or similar. I can't remember exactly. It's like 502 or some shit. So yeah, that's the whole. That I'm jumping to conclusions on this because they don't have any reservations on the website. At least when I checked a couple hours ago, they didn't.
Chris Kaufman.
They're not hiding them.
Chris Kaufman asks. He asked me, "Do you think Owen is a danger to himself and his family?" I mean,
no.
No. At this point, no. Had you asked me a few months ago, I might have said yes, but no.
I really don't. I think he's a danger to other people is the problem. Again,
I think,
from the other side.
Yeah, danger to other people. What the big thing is he's a liar, and he's scamming people out of money. Like, there is no question about it. He scams people out of money with lies. He slanders people. He fucking he's just a fucking all around piece of shit human being. He really is. You know, his father's gay, right? His mother's probably a lesbian. He probably had some sort of an arranged marriage where they had a fucking child together or children together. You know, and she had her lesbian fucking girlfriends coming over to the house, the HA League, and he had fucking his fucking gay buddies coming over and doing it. You know?
Oh shit, man.
Super progressive dude who grew up with a trans piano teacher. They were very open about it.
Yeah.
He said himself, he was 10 years ahead of Hollywood. In fact, when he moved to Hollywood, he was irritated with Hollywood because they acted so progressive, yet he'd been so progressive. Growing up, he's like, that's my thing. He progressive with his best friend, Nick Swartzen, West Hollywood guy, best friend, gay. Let me ask you guys, are your best friends gay?
No.
Mine either.
No.
Mine, because I'm, as best as I know, I've met a few gay guys in my life, but they usually just hang out together.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I'm friendly with some gay guys.
I bet you are.
So here's the other thing. Owen says completely he had a problem with fucking porn, right? He was like Minority Report with all the fucking windows open and shit, and jerking off here and jerking there, and everything was this and jerking off other dudes, and so let's just put this together. A guy who is jerking off with other men, okay, who thinks that's normal, right? He thinks it's normal to jerk off with other dudes. His dad comes to visit him in LA, and suddenly his dad is into jerking off to gay porn.
Yeah, it's...
And again, with gay dude, he thinks that whacking off with guys is normal. So, he also wrote a love song for Jenna Jameson.
I haven't watched that yet.
Off in it.
I haven't watched that yet.
You should watch it.
I intend to.
it's
I
a
watch
wild little
every
ride.
fucking Johnny Arcade video. Are you kidding me?
Wait, he wrote a
Yeah,
love song for Jamin?
just for shit, bro. Like everybody should watch my videos and pay very close attention to his words because I pay very fucking close attention to the shit he says, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I usually talk shit afterwards.
And it's like I always say, if you take what he says and you spin it 180 and you make it about him, that's what it is.
You're right. You're right. Almost 100%.
And he has also said, I actually caught in a why didn't they laugh the other day. Walter
Walter can come say hi.
No, he's just going to sit
Hi,
here
Walter.
and bark at me. So I caught in one of his Why Didn't They Laughs, he was talking about fuck, now I can't remember where I was going with this shit. What was I saying?
I'm not sure.
Sorry, I'm high. I don't fucking know either, bro. I don't know.
You were
It'll
saying
come back to me.
Well, wait, no. One of the things I did want to talk about, actually, since you were on stream, is Sam. You and I were talking about the last impromptu conversation about Owen bitching about sponsorships in regards to like Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder and shit.
Oh yeah, and
But Johnny Arcade has found, what is it, 4 now?
3
sponsors at the beginning or end of the Why Didn't They Laugh podcast, back before Owen decided he was a Christian, I guess, and all the other things, and he would slander people and all the other terrible things he's done since then. But when he was still, convinced he could be something, I guess, something mainstream.
Interesting.
So, yeah. See?
Interesting. Yeah.
So what I was saying was, he was saying on Walter, stop. All right. He was saying on it, Why Didn't They Laugh? About how difficult it was when he lost Sullivan and Son, and how important it was to stay grounded and maintain like that thankful attitude, or else you'll go fucking crazy.
No.
He basically followed through it. Buddy.
That's perfect.
Which I mean, I agree with old Owen. That's the weird thing is like old Owen says stuff that I agree with more often than not. So
yeah,
like gay stuff.
No, stuff like be thankful for what you have. Which I mean,
like he's all about
that could be gay, but.
And he said Amy Schumer was dope, and Whitney Cummings was great, and that.
Well, that. Although Whitney Cummings at one point was kind of mildly attractive. Mildly.
Fuck are you talking?
Well, I think the point though.
You think Whitney Cummings was attractive? Here's what you should do: cut a hole in an orange and climb up tall. Fuck that orange during a lightning storm.
No thanks. My name is not Owen. So, I don't even think Kate Quigley is that good of a comic. So.
Who the fuck is that?
She's some blonde comic who hangs out with Joey Diaz. So
no, nobody knows who female comics are.
Yeah, man, female comics aren't a thing. Come on, don't you know about the patriarchy, Sammy? Jeez,
People only know about Amy Schumer because she's fucking terrible.
Not only do I know about the patriarchy, I am the patriarchy.
All the fucking stand-up women aren't doing stand-up as soon as they fucking get found. They're doing something else. soon as they're discovered, bro, they get a fucking TV show or a fucking movie deal. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah,
They just never had the internet like we do now. Owen is like that's why Owen is going to be studied. I swear to God. I don't know how the story's going to end, and I honestly hope he just eventually realizes how badly he's fucked up and humbly fades off the internet and from everyone's existence and is just in fucking textbooks as a you know, an anomaly, right, of how bad the human being can get with the influence of various things. Fame, part internet, part narcissism, part sociopath, part fucking closet homosexual.
He's not going to go away though. He's like the clown from It. He keeps coming back. So
Here's the fucking point now is, again, Marshall Applewhite took him 20 fucking years to board the spaceship. Jim Jones, it's about the same. I mean, these dudes ran successful, productive, happy cults.
Yeah.
Nobody goes and joins a cult and is like, I'm going to go join a cult today.
Right, for sure.
And nobody goes to a cult and is like, man, I'm in a fucking cult. I might be in a fucking, people are like, this is great. And the leader, he's just leading them down this fucking path where he's saying this good shit, keep reeling them in. And then in the end, what happens? The world starts closing in on him. He sees no outlet and lashes out at his group. And when the group is in danger, and when he's in danger of losing everything, we've seen what happened.
Yeah,
I mean,
real quick too.
Yeah, I see him catching himself a lot lately, so he's getting better about it, honestly. But
which is a good thing.
Yeah,
good thing. I mean, it's definitely a good thing. He's definitely getting better about it, but he's still a douchebag.
But yeah, I mean, I think again the
fishing, except for I'm fishing for a big gay fish. Like it's gonna be like all stripy and rainbowy.
Well,
big red lips.
And one thing I do want to clarify too, because I saw some comments on one of your last videos Johnny, when you said that Owen could be Danger Zone before Based could be, you're not saying that Owen could actually be Danger Zone. Are you?
I mean, if Owen confessed to all of his lies and bowed down on his fucking knees and begged, I might send him a sticker or something.
we could just give Owen his own we could just give Owen his own isolated room and so
sorry. Like I said, we might just fucking send him a sticker or something. Maybe a smoker's jacket that says DZ on the back.
With the Johnny Arcade logo. Your fucking hooded logo. Send him that shit.
Possibly. Shit, dude, I should send him that. Also, Johnny Arcade sweater.
Oh my goodness. That would be amazing.
If he apologizes, I'll send him a Whitfield Report t-shirt, so
he can apologize. He's never gonna be DZ. Not ever, bro. He would have to blow it to get in.
Yeah.
That might happen actually, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want that to happen because he might do that, and I don't want that to happen. So
no, Napoli, I don't have merch. I have a job though. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Doing good work, by the way, man. That's so fucking awesome.
Merch. I would go out of my way to send Owen a fucking sticker, though. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm not sending him shit ever.
Dude, but how funny would it be to send him like a triple XL fucking Johnny Arcade sweater?
Let out in the titty area.
Yeah, right. Roll that out in the titty area, so he doesn't have to pull on it every time he sits up on stream. Hide those fat fucking tits of his.
So I'm amazed he hasn't received like training bras and shit. I know he's
Because I've been
shit,
lazy.
but I don't know. I think he opens his office stream.
He has
everything.
He has to.
I'll bet you he'd wear a teddy.
That's weird.
I mean, he said
He would.
fucking
Dude, the spaghetti twin towers on a t-shirt. Send that shit to him. I would to see that on Owen on a stream would be probably the highlight of my internet lifetime. At least one of them.
I just want to see him play Hot Dish, the game, on his fucking once. Just
What the?
and not like actual Hot Dish, but 3DAO version of Hot Dish, where Teddy shoves spaghetti up his asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good.
Play that shit. That's original anime. Fuck you, Mountain Bear. Fucking fag.
Right. No shit, man.
Dude, guys, Mountain Bear created a whole new genre. And also Slap Weasel.
Slap Weasel's a cocksucker, bro. That dude is no life. And I'm not even. That dude has no fucking life. Holy shit. Just drop links after the stream. The number of links he drops for bear channels is. The fact that I know this is fucking ridiculous, bro. One of these days, I might just look at myself and go, you've wasted far too much time on this. But for now, yeah.
Right. I hope not.
When he starts becoming happy and go lucky all the time, that's when I'll quit. But I don't see that coming anytime soon. He and Vox both had to chance of fucking bears not to do anything stupid at the show.
Yeah, right. That was a good.
When Owen apologizes to Johnny Arcade and offers to give Johnny a hug, then I'll quit. But
I better offer him a blowjob.
Owen will offer Johnny a hug, and Johnny will just go fuck no. So I don't even.
Yeah, I don't want any of that, bro. I just, you know what I want? I want him to fucking stop interneting and just raise his stupid retard children at his stupid retard ranch.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Get a real job.
Yeah. Just
quit acting.
And eat your fucking vegetables like a good boy. Yeah. And just shut up. Stay off the fucking internet.
Who was it? I think Mothman. Shout out to Mothman. I think it was him. Posted a video of, he titled it Owen Benjamin before he was eating homegrown food. And he's like on the beach shirtless and he throws a football like really far or whatever. And versus him now with his big old fat man tits. I just thought it was really funny.
Yeah, he's sweater all fucking summer long. All summer long.
He said he started a stream saying he was going to address why he wears a hoodie all the time, and I don't recall him ever doing so.
It's because he doesn't want to get sunburned out there in overcast Washington.
I see.
Then
that makes perfect sense.
Wear a fucking sun shirt then, Owen. That's what we do here in Florida. Is wear sun shirts.
Or you could just go out in the sun and get a fucking suntan like a man.
Right. Or a sunburn like a man. Deal with it, motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
You're supposedly working a job.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's 118 and I'm outside in the sun, bro. He's a pussy.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh boy. Good boy. Boy, buddy.
Well, shit. What else you got, Sammy?
I watched Inglorious Bastards tonight, so
I've seen that. Have you watched Mindhunters yet? Or Mindhunter?
no. So funny story about that. I got locked out of my Netflix account because I changed my credit card info.
Oh, how convenient.
So, but I got my password back, so I am going to start watching Mindhunters tonight. So
that's what's up.
I'm gonna try finish watching Narcos Mexico too. So
right on. Johnny, what else you got?
2 turntables and a microphone.
I have a bubbler with no water in it, but it's like a horizontal bubbler.
I don't put water in my fucking bong that I use for whack.
You don't?
Poison.
You do.
I smoke poison.
We all do it. If you smoke, it's, by definition, poison. If it's smoke.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to. I'm going to be checking out this Hobart thing. It may not even logistically be possible to do. I guess I'll just clarify that beforehand. But it's by all intentions. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm putting together.
Nothing else, bro.
What's up?
If nothing else, you do me one favor. I will send you a pack of fucking sidewalk chalk, and you bomb the sidewalk out front. Right before, bro, it's okay. Fucking Quinn is gay. All over the fucking sidewalk. Unbearables are gay.
Oh my god!
Sidewalk.
I get
have to fucking. Nobody cares about sidewalk chalk. Shit, that shit goes away.
Right. That's a good idea. You're full of them, dude.
Bro,
I like
actual phone number, and I would post signs: free puppies, free babysitting, house for sale, fucking all kinds of just on fucking signs all around that town, dude. Just let him drive around the town and see his fucking phone number on signs everywhere. Also, he'll get all the calls and he'll never be able to find all the fucking signs. So
I would park my my wheelchair outside of Owen's event and sell my merch outside of Owen's show and con Bears into buying my stuff. So yeah, I'm a friend of Owen. So
I don't have merch.
The best prank, dude, would be to dress up like Crowder and just go sit at a table out. Just
oh my god! I could do that one character that Crowder did, the French paraplegic guy. I could do that. So, but then
I could do that.
But then Crowder probably owns all the rights to that character. So
just go sit at a table with a fucking Crowder wig and a Crowder shirt and just act like Crowder and say, "Owen Benjamin's a faggot. Changed my mind." That's it, dude. Banner. Like Benjamin, blue dudes changed my mind. You know what? Here's your proof. here.
Does anybody have like a bull mastiff I could, or not a mastiff, but an Artinian, an Artinian doggo or whatever breed Crowder's dog is? So
I mean, my dad's got a
white
police
dog?
trained shepherd.
yeah,
You need a white dog?
A white dog.
It's a white dog.
yeah.
You're all like, dude,
Yeah.
doop, like a white dog.
Yeah. I need. Well, I was trying to think of the fancy ass term that Crowder uses to like, name his dog breed. But yeah, basically, I need a white dog as part of the costume, right? Because Crowder's always with his dog. So
What are you talking about? Hire Mexicans. He hired one for the rest of his life. Then he had two more. Oh, but wait, I forgot his dogs are white.
Dargo Argenta. Yeah, that's it, Gabe. Thanks. So, yeah.
Well, I also recently found a clip of Owen saying that he has no problem with Mexicans coming over into the country. Yeah, I'll release that one pretty soon.
Well, he's also said that he has no problem with Islam either. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this was him like 2 years ago saying that everybody needed to know about Mexicans and that immigration was fine and he didn't have a problem with people coming here from Mexico. Yeah, that was Owen. Man, he moved out of Hollywood and fucking full flip, dude. When Crowder and Rogan, I gotta pull that clip of him saying Crowder and Rogan fucking taught him everything he knows about making money outside of Hollywood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's the
Staying himself outside of Hollywood, without Hollywood, whatever the fuck he said. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm gonna go. You guys are gay.
yeah.
I'm gay.
We love you. We love you
Johnny.
too, Johnny.
Yeah, we love you too, Johnny. Good night, buddy. I'm actually going to take off pretty soon myself.
Yeah,
Later, dude.
I'm gonna
Later, man.
quit the stream too here in a bit. We've had an interesting conversation though, so thanks for
It's been a good room whack. Thanks, guys.
it's been a super good room whack. So so yeah, I will watch Mine Hunters. So
It's worth a check out. It's good. It's like a docudrama. It's more of a docudrama than I thought it was when I first started watching it, but it's still good. It's David Fincher directs and writes most of the episodes. And there's some really good acting in it. So I like it a lot.
And
it's not my favorite show ever, but it's good.
Did you say that you listened to the new Tool album, or were you just using that as like an example?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Were you saying earlier that you were recommending the new Tool album?
Yeah, absolutely. I looked at 6 different places today for that album. First of all, the Best Buy near me does not sell CDs anymore. They sell vinyls, which is great. I love vinyl, but I don't have a fucking phonograph in my car. And the only other places that carried it were sold out, and apparently were sold out yesterday within an hour or two. So there were no physical copies within like 60 miles of me. So I drove to several places.
So which Tool album would you recommend starting off with if you're like a new Tool fan?
It's Lateralis is always a good start, but it's still one of my favorites, but it really just depends on your music taste. This this new album may be a good place to start, and then you can go backwards because it's one of their softer albums. I don't want to say softer, but it's really easy to listen to if you like. Do that. It's
well, I am a big Soundgarden fan. So,
well, Tool is Tool. It's why they're so. I mean, I wish it didn't take them, fucking a decade plus to release an album, but it's always seems worth it when they do because I've been, a music fan for 3 of these releases at least now.
I do like.
I love everyone. They're very unique, is all I can really say. Yeah. They're very familiar, but I can't really explain it. But yes, I definitely recommend the new album.
I do think.
Even though, go ahead.
I do think A Anima or whatever it's called is a great album. So Anima, whatever.
Lateralis is a good place to start too. I don't know. I can't honestly remember off the top of my head if it's before or after. I think it's before Anima. But they're all good.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to start at the beginning, but it just depends on your music taste.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know you have company, so I don't want to keep you, for too much longer, but I appreciate you coming on the show. So
absolutely, my friend. It's like I said, it's always a pleasure. And my company has actually enjoyed our conversation more than I would have expected. So we're making total outsiders laugh. So we're more of a comedy. I'd say we're comedians by anybody's standards.
Well, I'm glad then. We're certainly more, comical than Owen Benjamin at least. So that's always good.
I didn't want to come out and say that, but I'll say we may have earned some subscribers for our guests this evening.
Well, hopefully. So,
all right, man.
Well, thanks for joining me, and thanks for everyone who tuned in.
So. I want to say thank you, Sammy, and thank you, chat. You guys, all have a great one.
God bless. So, and that'll do it for tonight's show. And thank you guys for tuning in. Impromptu. I'll be back Monday for a Memorial Day podcast. Until then, God bless and God save this great nation. And I'll see you on the next broadcast. Adios, muchachos.